Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, and Happy New Year! Happy 2025. Somehow we are on to our new journal for a new year. I'm very excited. So, as you can see, we have a new bullet journal. I have gone back to Archer and Olive. This particular notebook is part of their Attic Treasures collection, and I thought it was so pretty. I was really drawn in by this dark maroon red color. So pretty. It has foiling of different picture frames on the front, and there's plenty of pages, which is also why I chose this one over my Yop and Tom again. It has a slot in the back to store paper. It has 2 ribbon bookmarks and a spot to store your pencil, and again, all this pretty foiling on the inside, the gold foiling. It really sold me. I'm very happy with it. I think it is going to do great. It does not come with a grid spacer sheet like my Yop and Tom one did, but honestly, I didn't find myself reaching for that at all. But moving on to the spread, we're keeping things very, very simple. You can see that the only 2 materials that I'm going to be using are this red Crayola Supertips marker, which I chose to kind of match the color of my new bullet journal. And then I'm also using just a Sharpie fine liner. So we're keeping it very simple for the new year, which I tend to do for my yearly spreads. But I chose this theme because it reflects the cover of the notebook. So I was heavily inspired by my new journal itself, which last year I was as well. I did hummingbirds and black and gold to match the cover, and I'm really glad that I did that. So we're drawing out different picture frames. I tried to make them antique looking, so we've got ones of different sizes. We have rectangles, squares, circles, ovals, all the things. I'm trying to give them some ornate details. And then as far as the picture frames go, I draw them out simply in this Sharpie fine liner, adding some line work, keeping things very, very simple. And then as far as the red goes, I use this same border almost as if it were a picture frame as well around the border. And then the only other thing I color in red is the flower that I drew over there, which I draw, I think, one more. But again, keeping the title page very, very simple, but I'm very happy with it. Moving on over, this is going to be my year at a glance page. This is just something that you can reference throughout the year, especially when you're making your calendar spreads for different months and things like that. It's a very good reference sheet. As far as choosing what spreads to put in my yearly setup, it was a bit difficult. I knew I wanted to keep it simple because I fell off the wagon for my book tracker last year, which is fine because I track everything on Goodreads anyway. But as far as like new movies and shows, I really wanted to keep that, and I kept up with that a little bit better than the books. And so I decided to keep that for this year and write down only new movies and new shows that I've watched. So hopefully I should be able to keep up with it because I am someone who rewatches all of my favorite comfort shows and movies over and over and over, and I hardly start something new. So this will be a good way for me to kind of branch out and do something new. And then other than that, we have goals, we have a year at a glance, and a title page. And honestly, that's it. But I hope you like it. Let me know what some of your goals are for this year. Do you have any goals? Sometimes I don't have goals, have to be honest. I think my goal is the same as like every day versus every year, which is just try to do things every day that make me happy and try to make others around me happy and just spend time with friends and family and with my dogs and, eating well and staying active the best that I can, but also not beating myself up on it and making sure that I journal a lot. I think that's been really helpful for my mental health and, doing just general things to take care of myself and other people. And I really think that's going to be it for my goals this year. It's just something very, very simple. As far as this channel, I would love to continue doing these videos. I know I've had a couple of late uploads recently, but I'm working on fixing that. I'm working on getting back on track and maybe trying some new things. I don't know. We shall see as far as that goes. As far as what else I do throughout the year, I read a lot. I also write. I've written a few books, and so I would love to continue to do that as well. but this is the most tedious part of the whole spread. And so I apologize if it's kind of repetitive and kind of boring, but I just have to write out all of these numbers. And I want you guys to know that the whole time I was filling out the different months for the year to glance, I was saying the rhyme that I learned in like primary or elementary school so that I could keep up with the number of days in each month. Because I only started out with, like, I started out on number 1, and then I numbered the Sundays of each week. That way I knew when to start and when to stop, but I didn't do all the numbers in pencil. And so I was saying the rhyme in my head where it's like 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. So I just thought that was something funny. But here we are moving on to my movies and shows, specifically new ones that I would like to track. Again, keeping it very simple. I've got a couple of decorative frames like these leaves and these flowers, which, by the way, the leaves and the flowers that I'm drawing are at the front of my notebook. They are on the cover. So I thought that was really cool that I could implement those 2 specific drawings. So I actually was like flipping back and forth a lot. Of course, you don't see that, but I was flipping back and forth a lot to make sure that the drawings were similar. And then again, drawing different frames. And I like how I did another one below it, kind of connected to do the title. Also, something that I really wanted to do was get stamps. And I thought that I ordered them on Amazon. But I just ordered the stamp pad, like the ink pad, and not the actual set of stamps. So I'm gonna have to go find some stamps or just order them too, because I really thought that that would be a really cool font and really something cool to add to this yearly spread. But I'm finishing up the red border, and I really think that should be it. We are coming up on the final flip through. Thank you guys so much for being here, and hopefully my January spread will be up very, very soon. It's going to be cozy, so I hope to see you guys there. Bye!